Your energy speaks louder than words, and why this is. I want to talk about this today and some tips. Welcome back to the Self-Esteem and Confidence Mindset podcast. We live in a world where there's a lot of voices, people talking. Now, obviously, I'm talking to you right now on the podcast, right? But I'm here to tell you, I'm sharing my perspective, my view, my guidance, and you can say, shut up, Jonny, you're talking nonsense, or you can say, oh, that's useful, Jonny, I'm going to follow it. I hope you say the second, but again, I have no attachment and I just want you to find what's best for you, okay? Now, the thing is, some people, marketers, all these people. I love marketing, by the way. It's fascinating, and I love sales. So good. There's so many influential people, but the way the world's set up to people do well in their business, and obviously I've done it as well, is people are like, my way is the way, right? And they're going to say that, and then they say it with certainty and conviction because they train themselves to feel it. They're not lying half the time, but they genuinely believe it. But then you hear someone else say, my way's the way. Someone else is like, my way's the way, my way's the way, my way's the way. You just get confused, right? Have you been there? You probably have. I definitely have, right? And it stops us listening from us. I found it for me. It stops me listening from me. And sometimes I'm just take on account people's words, right? But actually, when I listen to me energetically and I look at people's energy and results a lot closer, that really gives me a perspective. So I really wanted to talk about this today, in that when you do the work energetically, people will respond to you in a different way. Because there's a lot of people who also say the words, and have I been guilty of this? Yeah, you can just say motivational words and not take the action. But there's a lot of people who really walk their talk as well. So I want to talk about how you can really connect with you and use your intuition and connect to yourself energetically so you connect to the right people and don't get swayed in the wrong direction. And by the way, only you know that for you. Okay? So number one is connect to the being part of you. Be yourself, sit and be more. Listen to the messages of your heart, because your mind's going boom, boom, boom. That person's right. No, that person's wrong. No, do that, that. But if you connect to your heart by breathing into it, by meditating, by doing these mindful practices, that's going to give you a different perspective every single day and different kind of connection with yourself. Number two, when listening to someone giving you some guidance, look at someone's life and ask yourself, would you want to be who they are? Do you like where they're coming from? Do you agree with their energy? Does it feel right? And yeah, how does that feel for you? Do you want their life? And then number three, and I'm going to share a personal example on this third one. Pay attention to what feels good and what doesn't. That is always your best guide. Logic plays a role in life, but intuition and energetically feeling something plays a massive difference. I want to share an example of my life, and I'm going to say no names or anything like that. I don't like to. But I was part of a group, in fact, this year. And I've been part of different groups and things like that. And, sending my love to this group because, again, it just didn't work out for me. But, some things don't like with people. And not bad people at all, Actually very good, beautiful people. But I was part of a group, and it wasn't my highest paid thing I joined, but anyway, I joined this group, and at first I was very in the mind, oh, this sounds good, motivation, we're all going to do this stuff there, and it was challenging, and a lot of the stuff was said was really practical and useful and true, right? But I got to a point where I was really in a dark place, and I was I couldn't commit as much to what we were doing, so I just took it at a steady pace, because something happened in my life and I needed to just take a step back. But I like to stay consistent, but just less. And the energy from this group was, some of it was supportive, but others was almost attacking me, calling me ungrateful, all these kind of things in different words, and attacking my character. And I was it's good. They were saying good, smart, clever words coaching, challenging and stuff, but I know I'm always up for being challenged by coaches. I've had many, But this was different. Energetically, this felt like this was coming from fear and not a good energy. Felt like a lot of anger was behind the way they were coming at me, right? So I actually went to something, an event, and that felt amazing, really, really good. And I was like, wow. And I came away from that and I went, yeah, that thing's not good. And I went back to this group and I went, I'm leaving. And logically, they were very smart people leading the group. And they came at me with all their fancy questions and languages and blah, 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 and saying, you should think this, this, and this. And yeah, said to me, like, this is not for people who don't want to up level, which I knew was untrue because I'm always up leveling for myself and I didn't need to prove it to them. So I said, okay, bye. And I kept getting things thrown at me. And I knew my intuition was right and I'm glad I left. Even though logically it was a good, would on paper would have seemed like a great group to be there. It's a bit like when people fall for other people, it's like, yeah, it just didn't feel right. But sometimes when it doesn't feel right, it's because your fear's coming in the way. But this was like, or attachment styles that we talked about and stuff like that. But like, this was like a, didn't feel right. So pay attention to what you're feeling all the time. And since then, I've found even more amazing networks. People feel good. Attracted an amazing person into my life that makes me smile a lot. And she's awesome. And many, many more opportunities. So, yeah, just be mindful of your energy and what's really feeling true for you. So that's what I want to talk about, that energy speaks louder than words, and just some guidance for you on that one. So what we talked about is number one, connect to yourself every single day because that's the most important energy you need to connect to and what you're feeling. Number two, look at someone's life and ask yourself, would you want it? Would you want their results? Energetically, does it feel good? Not just like, no matter how many achievements they've got, does it feel right? Like I've been in some very good, with some, lots of people really good at business. I've been with some people who are like very good and what they're saying, brilliant, it's very valuable, but like, something feels off, right? Then number three, pay attention to what feels good and what doesn't, which kind of leads off point two and my example about that group I left. And feeling into that. So thank you so much for listening today. I appreciate you for being here. And remember to lead with your heart and not with fear.